And there's a book over there if y'all will sign.
Crusty bread?
Crusty bread, crusty bread, okay.
Tree that owns itself, 1936.
Ice cream. In this video, we're going to show you 3 awesome things about the Eufaula, Alabama area.
One of which is the White Oak Creek campground that we've been staying at for a week.
And we're going to take you on a tour of the historic houses in the downtown Eufaula area.
And we also went on an epic hike to the Providence Canyon backcountry loop.
I'm John.
I'm Christina.
And along with our dog Mojo, we're going to bring you the truth, trails, and tribulations as we
try RV life.
Are you? Information center? Or
Yes.
are you the information center?
Well, I might be able to help a little bit.
Do you have a map or something of the town with the spots? That's what we're looking for.
Like a walking tour of like the
Yes,
historical spots?
It will tell you about each
Okay,
Oh,
awesome.
cool.
thing, and it's plotted on a map.
Okay.
The man who laid out the grid was last name Lore, L-O-R-E, so he spelled his name with Livingston, Orange, Randolph, Eufaula.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
That's really
I
neat.
think so too.
What's your favorite lunch place around here?
Well, Cajun Corner, which is probably the nicest downtown restaurant that we have. And there's a book over there if y'all will sign.
Yes,
Sure.
of course. Have a blessed day.
The walking trail is right out here.
This monument is dedicated to World War I veterans from 1917-1918.
Those funds and served as a post office of Eufaula until a new post office was built. It was built on the site of Old Julian Hotel where Jefferson Davis and his daughter stayed on a visit to Eufaula in 1881. The building is a 1-story brick with dormer windows and a cupola. The style is Georgian Revival. First Presbyterian Church, 1869. It retains many of its original features. These include interior vaulted ceilings, exposed beams, pulpit furniture. Of special note is the large Tiffany window in front of the church. The style is High Victorian Gothic. Bray Garrison House, 1855. Of special note in this house is the porch and the support column in brackets. It has 3 gables, one in the middle, one on each end. The style is Gothic Revival. Parker Comer House, 1838. It is built on the site of a log stockade used for protection from Indian attacks. The double chimneys are constructed of hand-pressed bricks. The style is Greek Revival. Pew Wilkinson, 1855. This home has connections to 2 U.S. senators. This house has a red clapboard exterior, brick foundation, and 4 chimneys. There is a wide porch along 3 sides that is supported by bracketed wooden posts with a metal banister. This style is Folk Victorian. Dame Page Hall, circa 1850. William T. Simpson, who served as councilman in Eufaula city government, built this home. His daughter, Caroline, named the home. The style is Italianate with Gothic motifs. Built by the son of Elizabeth and Chauncey Rhodes with money won in the New Orleans lottery. The style is Victorian cottage.
The Roberts Archibald House was built by Reuben Shorter and sold to G.A. Roberts. He was the mayor of Eufaula during the Reconstruction after the Civil War. The owners of the house received the Heritage Association's Preservation Award, and the style is Folk Victorian. The Thornton Rudman Grudledge House of 1845 was built by William H. Thornton. Mr. Thornton was the first mayor of Eufaula and served without pay. It's called style of Cottage 1. All right, we stopped in at the Cajun Corner. It was highly recommended here in Eufaula, Alabama.
And we're trying the Cajun sampler dish.
And the Jazzy soup sampler platter. So, but the first thing we're gonna try is something that they have their signature. What do they call it?
Crusty bread?
Crusty bread, crusty bread. Okay, here we go. So, by the way, when we do food, we're gonna give you the truth. We're not gonna say something's good if it's not. So, are you ready to try your piece of crusty bread? There you go, for you.
Crusty bread with mozzarella cheese on top.
All right, here we go. Very buttery.
Nice flavor. A little bit of, like they put a little Cajun spice
A
on
little
there.
Cajun spicing, so it's like a Cajun spiced garlic bread.
And I'm not usually a huge gumbo or Cajun fan in general. I mean, I like gumbo, but it's not something I usually pick off the menu. So I'm excited to try their seafood gumbo,
All right.
which is here.
All right, so seafood
So
gumbo
far, I
with
got
shrimp.
nice shrimp that
I'm a big gumbo fan, so we'll go with that here. Got good flavor. It's not the most popping gumbo I've ever had, but it's pretty good. Let's go with the etouffee next.
crawfish
Crawfish
etouffee, which I
etouffee.
don't even know if I've ever had etouffee before.
What do you think?
I think I like that one better.
You like that better? Let me try it here.
Quite a big piece
Oh,
of
yeah.
andouille sausage.
So did I. Oh, that's, yeah.
That's real nice. And then we've got the red beans and rice. That's got a nice kick to it. Got a little bit of spice.
I like that one the best.
Now's the Cajun sampler. Here we've got the Cajun popcorn, which is actually crawfish tails, which I don't think I've ever had, just crawfish tails. We got fried pickles and then fried eggplant.
What are we starting with? What do you go with, the pickles first? You want to go with the...
I'm gonna try one of the crawfish tails.
Yeah, and that sauce is horseradishy.
The pickle,
Fried pickles? Never have had fried pickles before.
I've had fried pickles. These are pretty good.
Pretty good.
And eggplant. Pretty good. I think I'd win with the crawfish tails on this one. I think
Yeah,
that's
so
my
do
favorite.
I. So do I. So that's really good. We're really enjoying our lunch here at the
Cajun Corner,
Cajun
downtown
Corner.
North Eufaula Avenue.
Just finished up lunch at the Cajun Corner Cafe. What do you think?
It's good. I mean, I'm not a big, huge Cajun person, but I enjoyed it. I gave it probably about a 6 out of 10. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm at a 6 also, and 6s are definitely worth going and checking it out if you're in Eufaula, Alabama.
Reeves Peanut Company, 1903. The Eufaula Grocery Company originally built this warehouse property. The large brick building is made up of 3 sections. Each section has a gabled roof featuring large ventilation in the middle of each facade with arched doorways and windows. The style is Renaissance Revival.
If you're traveling through Eufaula, right in the center of town, not dead center, like literally the center of town, where 4 streets cross, there is this Confederate monument to commemorate the soldiers of the Confederacy that served from 1861 to 1865.
Eufaula Carnegie Library, 1904. The library was built with a $10,000 donation from Andrew Carnegie Foundation. The style is Italianate. St. James Episcopal Church, 1905. The altar was hand-carved in Germany. The church has open beams, 2 towers, and 3 front entrances. There is a beautiful rose window between the 2 towers. The other stained glass windows were given as memorials to the church. The style is Gothic Revival. Corrick Smith, circa 1845. A Frenchman, Charles M. Corrick, built this house. The house is known for its purity of design and fine proportions. The style is Greek Revival. Russell Moninger, 1905. Mrs. Thomas Smith built this house for her daughter and son-in-law, Mr. and Mrs. Laura Russell. Mr. Russell was the great-nephew of Seth Lohr, who laid out the first streets of Eufaula. He named them to spell L-O-R-E. Livingston, Orange, Randolph, and Eufaula. The style is Neoclassical Revival. The Drury Mitchell Moorer House, 1848. Dr. John Drury was known as the great typhoid doctor of his time. His house was used as a hospital during severe typhoid outbreaks, and Civil War patients were cared for on the large lattice back porch. The style is Italianate. Hey, this is a kind of cool thing. The tree that owns itself, 1936, at the corner of Highland and Eufaula Avenue. On May 1st, 1936, an enormous old post oak tree grew on this spot. It had been a favorite spot for generations of Eufaula children to play. Miss Ann Kendrick Walker, a local historian, persuaded the city council to deed the tree to itself on this date. Unfortunately, the original tree was lost in a tornado in 1961. It has been replaced several times. Euphora, 1895. Of special interest are the square towers, dental molding, and porte cochere. No major alterations have been made to the exterior. The style is Queen Anne classical.
Style is really creepy. No trip to Eufaula, Alabama would be complete without a stop to the Shorter Museum. Built in 1906, it was known as Eli's Folly. Mr. Shorter spent $100,000, $3.71 million in today's money, to build this beautiful building. It was bought in 1965, only 59 years later, for $33,000 by a group of Eufaula citizens who later turned it into the Eufaula Heritage Association and built this beautiful museum. Let's step inside and take a look.
Grand piano was donated by native Eufaulian Julian P. Edwards, who is seen in the portraits. He was the first American awarded the Archbishop of Canterbury Award in church music.
This house.
That tavern?
That's really the oldest structure in Eufaula. It did start out as a riverboat, for the riverboat traffic and studied, but during the Civil War, that was the Civil War hospital.
First board of directors met here for the formation of their Heritage Association of 1966. The chair's Chippendale reproduction. The oval mirror, originally gold leaf, was a wedding gift from Governor John Gill Shorter to his daughter, Mary Shorter Willingham, whose portrait hangs on the wall. This is the solarium. Plants were originally kept here. The windows are bent glass, which is a new technology at the turn of the century. Mother of pearl keys and inlays glimmer on the rosewood square grand piano, which cost $450 in 1869.
Daughters of the American Revolution. My mom was in that military room. Above the man, Admiral Thomas H. Moore of Eufaula, chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff for 2 terms in the Nixon administration. The battle flag of the Confederacy, an actual one. Wow. Another battle flag of the Confederacy, an actual one.
Confederate currency.
Some Second World War stuff, First World War stuff. Well, this is for president. Remember I told you he lost?
He was trying to keep segregation. That's him right there.
Yep. I didn't know he was from here. And here's the master suite. You know what that is? That is sexy lingerie from the 1800s. Wedding day, wedding night. Wedding day, wedding night.
Wedding dressings from 4 generations of the same family.
Here's the guy that walk is named after Eufaula Nico.
Chief Eufaula.
What did you think of that Shorter Museum?
Really, really neat. Lots of interesting old artifacts, and especially of the Civil War, which John enjoyed.
The wonderful lady who gave us some information on the place was great, and if it's definitely worth, if you're in Eufaula, to come to the Shorter Museum, we really truly enjoyed it.
Here in Eufaula, we kept hearing about bass fishing, it being the bass capital of the world, but I also keep hearing it being the pecan spot.
So they're combining the two of them here. We're going to stop at Largemouth Coffee Company, which is also pecans and candy and gifts. So let's go see if we're going to finish up our day in Eufaula with some ice cream. It does smell absolutely amazing in here. You might have to pick up a little bag of this stuff here. Ground beef and custom sausages.
Follow me, land and livestock. That's America hat.
America right there.
America.
America.
I mean, even if we just get a little thing of red chocolate cherries, but. Okay, so I ordered the cold brew float, which is cold brew coffee, a choice of ice cream, which I decided to go for the praline pecan with a local craft root beer. This one is Old Time Root Beer, Route 42.
And it's
This is the first time that I've had a cold brew root beer float. Let's see. Let's check it out. I wanted something sweet, but also wanted coffee. Let's see. That's really good. It's got a little bit of a coffee flavor, float flavor.
all right. I have to try it. I'm not a coffee person.
Delicious.
Let me give it a shot. There's very little coffee flavor. It's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. I like that.
Yes, she didn't put a lot of coffee in it, but it's really, really good. And also,
Let me just try that root beer by
this root
itself.
beer is made with pecans as well.
Let me try this pecan root beer. That's really good. That's really, really good root beer.
This really hits the spot. I didn't want a full coffee drink. I wanted a dessert. And this is a little bit of both.
I went with more traditional ice cream here, and it is a mint chocolate Moose Tracks, and the bottom is chocolate caramel. Let me get a shot of this mint Moose Tracks. I haven't had a mint Moose Tracks before. I've had mint chocolate chip, but the mint Moose Tracks is like the chocolate's a little more pronounced than the mint chocolate chip. Now we'll try the bottom here, dig in. And it's chocolate caramel, and vanilla ice cream all mixed together. I like that the best. That's really good.
Whew, that cold brew float put me over the edge.
As did the ice cream. Well, that brings to a close our walking house tour of Eufaula,
4 miles.
Alabama, 4 miles. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're ready to jump into RV life, take a look at this video right here. That will tell you how to find a rig and save a ton of money. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we're out.